Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of BevLive coming to you on a Friday evening. And today I wanted to talk to you about ordering wine in restaurants. A lot of people struggle with just trying to decide what to order at a restaurant. They get the wine menu and they look at it and don't really know what to do, especially if you order for a group. Kind of the pressure is on. It's up to you what everybody's going to drink, and a lot of people struggle with that. Sometimes even, the restaurants, the people working there cannot necessarily help you because they may have somebody buying the wines, but the people on the floor, the servers, often or sometimes don't even really know how to help you or know the wine. So it's kind of up to you. Obviously, that depends on the quality of the restaurant and the wine service. But it's not easy. So I want to give you kind of a few pointers of what to do and how to navigate a wine list. So the first thing that you obviously got to figure out, decide, it's pretty easy actually. Are you in the mood for sparkling wine? Are you in the mood for white? Are you in the mood for rosé? Are you in the mood for red? So we do it by elimination. So let's say you then pick red wine, and so that eliminates kind of everything else that's on there. So you just focus on the red wine, and then I'm sure you have a budget. Everybody has a budget. Most people have a budget. And that eliminates a fair amount of wines kind of too, especially on the high end. You may say, well, I want to spend $60 on a bottle of wine. And so you then eliminate everything over $60. You often probably don't want to go for the least expensive, so that eliminates a few kind of on the bottom, and then you kind of have a range of different wines to choose from. That's where it gets a little bit interesting. That's where now it gets a little bit harder, where some wine knowledge may be required. Then you need to decide, okay, what are we going to eat, and what wines would probably go well with that food. And that's when you can go by varietal. So if you have food that's like powerful, like a big stew or a steak or powerful foods, you probably want to have a big wine to go with that. So you want to have a varietal that can stand up to that. That's why when you go into a steakhouse, you will see a pretty big list of Napa Cabernet Sauvignon, for example. Now, it doesn't have to be Napa, but Cabernet Sauvignon in general would go well with those steaks in general. So, then look for those Cabernet Sauvignons or an Australian Shiraz, and kind of let the food dictate a little bit what you are going to order in regards to wine. Now, if you see some wines that are just strange, unusual, say interesting, that's where there's a pretty good chance the waiter or waitress can help you, depending on what kind of restaurant you are. If the wine is interesting and unusual, there's a good chance that the people working there will be trained to help you. And don't be shy, just ask for help. Even the people who know a lot about wine have questions about wines. And don't be shy to ask. And hopefully somebody will help you. I often don't go for the big brands, the stuff that that the restaurants just have to I guess kind of make it easy for people, because it's something people are familiar with. Maybe use the restaurant experience to pick stuff that's a little bit more, let's say, interesting, because it is fun to try different wines, and being in a restaurant setting and being in front of an exciting wine list is kind of an opportunity to get a little bit try something a little bit unusual, get out of your comfort zone, and try something that just sounds interesting. Give it a try. Sometimes you can get lucky that you have a wineries where they also serve the wines that you may be interested in by the glass. So you can just ask, like, hey, I'm interested in buying this bottle, but I really don't know too much about it. Do you think I can get a little taste? And often restaurants will say, yeah, no problem. Let me get you a little taste. So that way you don't have to buy the whole bottle, and then be potentially disappointed. So that's it for trying wines at restaurant, being in charge of ordering wine. I think the biggest thing is don't be afraid to ask for help. Wine is not an easy subject, and it's perfectly fine to ask for help. So with that, I hope you're going to enjoy great wines this weekend, and I'll see you soon.